Okay, I am sorry. I did not upload on Wednesday, but there's a very good reason for that. Let me just say this. I recorded the entire trial, which is about 3 to 4 hours, and the audio for the game did not record. And I did not want to just upload the entire trial with just me speaking, where there is a lot of not me speaking, because obviously the trials are fully voice acted, except for the very beginning, which we saw at the end of the investigation, and the very end. So, this is take 2. Hopefully it goes through this time. So let me just load up the preparation. Yep. Let me just load that up. And I'd go after everything, but I already know what happens. So I'm just going to show you the new skill that I got. It is Librarian's Glare, which instantly silences loud voices, effective during mass panic debates, which I'm assuming every trial is going to have, because why not? It's Danganronpa after all. So I'm going to keep that. I'd look at all the evidence, but I also don't want to, because this is my second time going through it. But just for those following along, I have to pretend it's the first time. So here we go. Monokuma File 2. The victim is the ultimate tennis pro, Ryoma Hoshi. The victim's body was discovered in the gym. The cause of death was drowning. Afterward, the victim's body was consumed by piranhas until only bones remained. Square glass pane. The square glass pane was at the bottom of the piranha tank where Ryoma's body had appeared. The other bits of glass were shattered, but this pane remained perfectly square. Scratched handcuffs. Locked handcuffs that were in the underwater tank for the Underwater Escape Act. Meh. Since it was made out of stainless steel, it was difficult to leave any marks, but small scratches were still visible. It seemed to have been taken out of the shower room in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. Crowned piranhas. The piranhas that ate Ryoma before the magic show. Angie said it looked like there were more piranhas compared to when she prepared for the show the night before. Piranha tank. The water tank that had the piranhas inside. It was kept in the Ultimate Magician's lab and was carried over by Kaito, Kibo, Himiko, and Angie. During the magic show, it was hung over the water escape tank, using the control panel for the stage lights. Only the front side was made out of glass. The other sides were made out of wood. It looked like there was no lid from the start. Marked window frame. The window frame of the top window in the gym, it had distinct abrasions as if it was scratched by something. There was the same distinct abrasions on the window frame of the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab window. The window faced the pool and gym. Gonto's account. During the magic show, and when the timer hit 20 seconds, Gonto went up on top of the stage. No one was in the tank during the time. Gonto didn't notice Ryoma inside the tank until after the piranhas were released. Insect meet and greet. The night before Suichi and some of the others were forced to stay in the Ultimate Entomologist lab by Gonta, who was tricked by Kokichi. Himiko and Angie were brought in 5 minutes to 9 p.m. Kokichi left the lab at 9 p.m. Suichi and the others were forced to participate in the meet and greet until after 11 p.m. Wet staircase. Behind the stairs that led up to the stage, there was a puddle. The stairs themselves were not wet in certain places. It doesn't seem like the stairs could have gotten wet when the water tank broke. Kokichi's account. Immediately after Kokichi left the Ultimate Entomologist lab at 9 p.m. last night, he was caught by Kirumi in the entrance hall. He stayed with her until 10 p.m. After, he went to the dorms and returned to the Ultimate Entomologist lab at 11 p.m. He saw the figure of a girl in lingerie wandering around the courtyard a few times. Water tank trick. A hatch near the top that opens the water escape tank. Scratch sink. The sink in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. It looked large enough to fill a good amount of water into it. There were small scratches on it, as if it was scraped by something. Tennis net cable. Found on the ground in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. The tennis net cable was properly set up when Suichi came to the lab the first time around, but the wire had been taken out. The wire was around 50 feet in length. Black piece of fabric. A piece of fabric that was floating in the pool. At first glance, it looked like trash. Entering the pool is prohibited during nighttime, which is the pool rules. Witnessing Ryoma, the last person who saw Ryoma was Gonta. It was around 8 p.m. last night. Miyu also saw Ryoma 30 minutes before that. Maki alone. Maki was standing guard in front of her lab last night. She stayed in her dorm room only during nighttime. So this is all of the evidence that we have. And I should remember what all the answers are, which means we might get through this a bit quicker. Maybe. But let's start this. I already know who did what, so yeah. I'm not gonna spoil anything as much as I can help it.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, let's get this crazy awesome to the max trial underway!
I think we all know who the most suspicious one is. It's...
Let's combine our power and work together, everyone!
The person who's most suspicious is...
Now lend me your energy, everyone, so we can catch the culprit!
Because the murder happened during the magic show, the culprit can only...
Hey-ya! I'm in top form today!
Tenko, why are you interrupting me? We can't have a good trial if you talk over me!
Huh? I'm not interrupting you! Whatever you have to say is probably worthless anyway, because all males want to talk about is S.E.
Himiko seems suspicious.
This is coming out of Angie's mouth.
Hey! Angie, how can you accuse Himiko?
Especially after babying her for so long and, you know, brainwashing her.
Aren't you her friend?
I'm just telling you what Atua is telling me. He is using his divine knowledge to show us the way to survive. You should thank him, lest he pour his holy wrath upon you all.
That's a creepy sprite.
Screw Atua! That guy's got nothing on me. I'll protect Himiko!
But it does point to Himiko being the most suspicious.
Ryoma died during Himiko's magic show.
His body appearing in the water tank leads one to think the escape trick played a part. It's only natural we suspect Himiko. She was the one performing the trick.
No, that's wrong. The underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
It's not the part you need to deny. You gotta tell us you're not the culprit.
Magic, huh? That's so cool. What a mysterious miracle. Now, did you kill Ryoma, Himiko? Atua will hear your confession.
Still creepy.
Stop it! There's no way any of that is true!
It's true, though. Himiko used the underwater escape trick to kill Ryoma. But I still don't have a clue how Himiko did the trick.
There's no trick. That really was magic.
You know, maybe it really was magic.
Oh, stop it. If you don't reveal your trick now, then we'll vote you as the culprit.
Stop picking on Himiko! A cute tiny flower like her couldn't kill anyone.
I get that you want to defend her, but that might be a bit much.
As I expected, the others suspect Himiko. But I have my doubts. I can't let this case be derailed by misunderstandings. I'm the ultimate detective, so it's up to me. Here we go, non-stop debate! Let's listen to it once and then provide the correct answer.
Atua has blessed me with an epiphany. The culprit used the underwater escape trick to pull off a sneaky switcheroo with Ryoma.
After that, the time ran out. The tank above Ryoma opened and piranhas came pouring out.
Ah, and he was eaten alive!
He
eaten to bone by piranhas. Savage way to go.
No, that's wrong.
That's
The
not your
underwater escape
catchphrase.
was no trick, it's magic.
We heard you the first time, Titless. No one cares.
Ryoma's body was eaten by the piranhas that fell into the tank. And that is a fact, but that doesn't mean it was the cause of death.
Atua has blessed me with an epiphany. Escape trick to pull off a sneaky piranha.
After that, the time ran out. The piranhas came pouring out. That's wrong!
No, Ryoma's death was not caused by the piranhas. The Monokuma file indicates the cause of death is drowning.
So it wasn't the piranhas then. He was drowned.
Ooh, I see. I haven't checked the Monokuma file yet, so that's news to me.
You lying little brat! Telling lies is what turns you into a degenerate male.
So what? Ryoma drowned, Himiko changed places with him, and then the piranhas ate him, right?
No, Himiko only had 60 seconds to escape from the tank. Even if they changed places at the start of the show, that's insufficient time to drown someone.
If that is the case, then when did he drown?
When did Ryoma drown? It was obviously... before the show started.
That's it!
Ryoma was already drowned before the show started. Agreed. Before being eaten by the piranhas, he made no attempt to escape the water. To be precise, he made no movements whatsoever. By that point, he had already joined the ranks of the dead.
Could that mean his body was hidden until the culprit made it appear in the tank?
Hidden? Where?
The culprit would have had to hide the body near the tank, and then show it during the act.
Easier said than done.
Was there a place on stage where the culprit could have hid the body? Oh wait! Himiko should know since she performed the underwater escape trick.
Himiko, why won't you just explain it to us?
'Cause it's magic.
You know, maybe it really was magic.
Shut up.
Himiko is committed to her act, but those who deal in dreams are oft liars.
Why is everyone still picking on Himiko? You're all worse than a drunk dad's ramblings.
We should let him vent. After all, it's tough being the man of the house.
And we gotta figure out how the trick works to find where the body was hidden.
But Himiko does not wish to tell us how she performed her act.
Then let's work together to reveal the secret behind Himiko's trick!
So, not real magic?
No, it was real magic. 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 Magic!
Oh no! It's Himiko's curse! Her curses are...
No!
Oh no! It's Himiko's curse! Her curses are really powerful!
Aren't incantations usually more, complicated than that?
Anyway, we first need to determine how Himiko's performed the trick. I can't speak. If we can't figure that out, this case is going nowhere. Alright, another non-stop debate. Listening once through and then answering it. If I can remember.
How did Himiko escape the water tank?
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
The curtain covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
What about that square pane of glass we found in the tank?
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
It must be real magic!
Yeah! Real escape magic!
Maybe there were two Himikos. And one of them was Tsumugi in disguise.
Hey, my costumes aren't disguises.
That's right, there was a similar water tank in Himiko's lab. If I remember my investigation, there was some trick to the tank.
How did Himiko escape the water tank?
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Yeah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up.
The curtain covering...
The tank was certainly suspicious. What about that square pane of glass?
Found in the tank.
Maybe the tank secret hatch.
There we go.
I agree! Maki is correct. There was an escape hatch on that tank.
I see. So it did have one.
That's right. I discovered a similar tank in Himiko's lab. There was a panel on the side that could open. That was her escape.
Mind over strength!
Not this again.
No! Your logic is all wrong, Shuichi.
What do you mean?
And you don't even know why you're wrong either. Typical degenerate male. I'll smash in your face with my fists of hot burning steel!
Showdown.
The side of the tank being open doesn't have anything to do with Himiko's escape. She didn't use an escape hatch. I know she didn't do that. And now, I'm gonna punch you!
Wait a second. Before you punch me, what makes you so sure she didn't?
Because if she escaped from a hatch in it, the water would have gushed out with her! There would have been water everywhere! That wouldn't be magical at all! The whole trick would be ruined! With that out of the way, I'm gonna punch you!
Oops. Yeah.
Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her! There would have been water everywhere!
There we go.
I'll cut through your words! There was a reason the room wasn't flooded with water. The staircase that was attached to the water tank. Try to remember how the staircase was positioned. It was aligned perfectly with the tank's escape hatch, meaning the water tank was connected to the inside of the staircase.
Inside staircase? His body was in stairs?
Knowing that, it's clear how Himiko made her escape from underwater. There was a curtain covering the tank during the performance, allowing Himiko to enter the staircase from the hatch undetected. Any water that spilled out would have simply funneled into the staircase.
So how do you get out from the staircase?
The staircase also has an escape hatch, one facing away from us. It's placed so that the water would not drain from the staircase.
In which case, a person could exit and leave water inside the staircase.
However, that person would be soaked, meaning that some trace should be left. That would explain why there was a puddle around the stairs.
So when Himiko came out from the stairs, her wet clothes dripped water all over.
Ha ha, bitch! Caught you soaking wet and red-handed!
Judging from Himiko's reaction, you hit it right on the bullseye.
But Himiko's clothes should have been wet when she left the water tank.
Behold, the magnificent underwater escape.
Her clothes were definitely not wet.
Of course. That's because my underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
No, magic has nothing to do with why her clothes weren't wet. No, magic. This one.
That's it.
Because she changed her uniform.
The dormitory is stocked with uniforms. Did you hide one behind the stage in advance?
I remember seeing Himiko go to the gym this morning, carrying a uniform and a towel.
Ah! Why would you say that?
I see. She had a towel, too. She may not have had time to fully dry her hair. But her short hair and hat ensured we were none the wiser.
Himiko can't get wet, because her body repels water.
Huh? Like a duck?
Quack.
Himiko, come on. Give it up already.
Fine. You win. It's just like you said. The water tank and staircase both have mechanisms.
So I was correct.
But that doesn't mean I used them. I didn't need them, because I used my magic.
Again with the magic crap. Were you dropped on your head as a kid?
Now that we understand how the trick was performed, let us move on.
Yes, let us proceed. Where did the culprit hide Ryoma's body? From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase.
But that's where Himiko would escape from, right?
So Himiko went in the stairs with the body? What kind of kinky shit is she into?
That seems unlikely. There isn't enough space for 2 people to fit in there.
Yeah, the stairs are pretty cramped. It'd be hard to fit even Ryoma and Himiko in there. Who says they went in together? She could have made the switch as she was leaving the tank. At the same time, she could have pulled out the body from inside the stairs. That way, she'd have room to put herself in there. See how easy that is? I think that explains how Himiko changed places with Ryoma's body.
Wait a minute! Why did you automatically assume it was Himiko?
Who else but Himiko could have done it?
Angie, you spent more time with Himiko than any of us, so why are you accusing her?
You may think you're protecting Himiko, but what if she really is the culprit? We'll all die, and it will be all your fault. Atua will lose precious devotees. Are you okay with that, Tenko?
I'm totally fine with that.
What?
I don't care what anyone says. Himiko would never murder someone. That's what I believe more than anything. I want to believe in her, no matter what. If I can't do that, then I'd rather just die. So until this body takes its final breath, I'm gonna keep believing in Himiko.
Last of the debate.
The only one who could have switched out Ryoma's body is Himiko herself.
When Himiko was escaping the tank, she dragged out the body hidden in the stairs and simply switched places with it.
Are you telling me you saw that happen?
No one could have seen that. It would have occurred in the middle of the show, when the tank was covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one saw anything.
I didn't do it, I swear. Ryoma's corpse wasn't in the staircase.
Quit lying, you donkey-lipped con artist! She's not lying! She's not a con artist, and she doesn't have donkey lips!
It's possible that Himiko and Ryoma switched places in the water, but I feel like I'm forgetting an important point.
The only...
When Himiko
was escaping the tank, she dragged out the body hidden in the stairs and simply switched places with it. Are you telling me you
Saw that happen?
No,
could have seen that?
it would have occurred
In the middle of the show,
when the tank was
covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one saw anything.
That's wrong!
Someone did see inside the tank. It was Gonta. Gonta had climbed onto the stage and was looking into the tank from above. Isn't that right, Gonta?
Yeah, Gonta saw down into tank, but saw no one in there.
No one was in there?
Yeah, no one. Guess that clue no good, huh?
No, that's actually a great clue, because if Ryoma's body was hidden inside the staircase, Himiko would have had to pull him out before she went inside. There certainly wasn't enough room in the staircase for both of them. But that means, if the tank was empty when Gonta looked, Ryoma's body must not have been hidden in the staircase.
What if they squeezed into that space with Ryoma's body to avoid getting caught?
She had no need to worry about us witnessing her at that point, for the entire stage was hidden behind a curtain. To all but Gonta, anyway.
Then the culprit never would have considered hiding inside the staircase with the body. Entering the staircase after moving the body is much faster, and seems more rational too.
Then, Ryoma's body wasn't hidden in the stairs?
Someone better say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting throats!
Where was Ryoma's body hidden? We need to pin that down. It's clear there was none in the staircase, but where? Another non-stop debate! Listen once and then answer.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't see it.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And what of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas were separated, then it wouldn't have been devoured, correct?
Why was it not eaten by the piranhas, even though it was in the same tank? There was one piece of evidence at the crime scene that might explain it.
Where were you hiding?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko. Well, how about behind the curtain? If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible. Maybe the
Body was in...
tank all along, but we just couldn't see it. Impossible. You need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And
What of the tank containing the piranhas? No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before
We saw it!
But if the body and separated,
I agree!
Kyo's hypothesis is correct. The body and the piranhas were separated. This was accomplished using the square glass pane found in the tank. Just as I thought. Using that glass pane as a divider, a safe space could be created in the tank. It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
That means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time!
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
Gonta knew it!
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall. That's why Gonta sees something no one else could. When piranhas fell, Gonta sees some big thing fall into water tank with them.
Right when the timer hit 0, the buzzer went off. And then... the bottom of the suspended tank swung open, and the murky water and shadowy shapes inside fell straight into the water tank Himiko was swimming in.
No. Now that Gonta think about it, Gonta maybe see Ryoma's body.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well. The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
Even in murky water, a dead body would still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
A certain something?
We all agree that the glass pane was used to separate the body from the piranhas, correct? Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
Yeah? How could you hide a body like that?
How was the culprit able to conceal the body in the piranha tank?
This is it! It was the piranhas. The piranhas were obscuring the body.
Huh? The piranhas?
That's right. Remember what Angie said during the investigation?
I noticed it right as the show started. I feel like there were way more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
They increased that significantly? I didn't know piranhas fuck like rabbits.
It seemed that way, but it wasn't that the actual number of piranhas increased. The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
The more densely the piranhas are packed, the harder it is to see past them.
Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank. It was really easy to detach that lid, so it's no wonder they used it as a divider.
Gee, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
What the heck are you saying? That detail was super useful! Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit perfectly. Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was awesome!
With this much evidence, it seems like the body was definitely in the piranha tank.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
Okay, but still, that's way better!
That's wonderful news, Himiko! Atua is happy for you.
Apologize, Angie! You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now!
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
What a petty-ass god!
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie. We should be mad at this class trial. At this killing game.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart.
That's what Atua said anyway.
What?
It's too bad that the handsome god went to bed angry, though.
Himiko's still brainwashed! But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze. Great, now what are we gonna do? We're back to square one.
And why are we back to square one?
Because any of us could still be the culprit. Jeez! You flunked out of Tard School or something?
Nuh-uh. Not everyone. We can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Eh? What alibi?
I guess I should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand. So let me explain.
So, here comes the insult from Oma.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
If there's this much evidence, then there's no mistake the body was hidden in the piranha tank. But for someone to plant the body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
Kokichi brings up a valid point. There's only one time the culprit could have set up this scene. There's only one time...
That's it! It was done yesterday, before nighttime.
Ding, ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
Wait, how do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Stop asking me dumbass questions. It could have been solved with the process of elimination. Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
Someone explain me bitchlet, please.
The bitchlet!
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
If you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
You talking about my butthole?
No, she means the alarm!
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible! Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday. Anyone who doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over there.
Ouch.
So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday? Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
I still don't really get it, though. Can we narrow down the time of death a bit more?
I'm sure we can narrow it down more if we consider the source of the information.
This is it! If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death. Hirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last seen him, right?
Yes, Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma.
What? Really?
And when was the last time Gonta saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so... Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
If he was last seen at 8 p.m. and was killed before nighttime officially began...
Then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes? Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta then.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the four of us. Myself, Kaito, you, and also Maki.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
I do this for everyone. It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Ah, beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time. But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
Is too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Fuck that noise!
But Mew, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
Think I'm suspicious? I don't even know where the gym is.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more suspicious, Mew?
The other two without alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
I was in my research lab the whole time. I didn't go to the gym.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
What about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity vibe.
Anyway, among those four, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
I apologize, but given the circumstances, we have no choice but to suspect you.
Suspect culprit!
Wait up! Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time!
But wait, I remember now. I do have an alibi.
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
I'm not
No way
the
I'm the
culprit!
culprit!
Oh no, the mass panic debate is gonna start! That's what you're thinking, right? Well, you're exactly correct, buddy. Let me give you another tutorial first. The mass panic debate this time around will have loud voice dialogue. It's when one of your opponents shouts their opinion in a loud voice. That blocks out everyone's arguments. Even if you see a weak spot, you can't refute it. Oh no, what do I do then? That's what you're thinking, right? Luckily, it's just white noise. Shut him up with the A button silencer. After all, that's all the arguments. After that, all the arguments will be audible again. Then you can just shoot the truth bullets at the weak spot. You know the drill. Except, we don't have to worry about that because of Librarian's Glare. Left to right. Yes, we're going in that order.
I have an
I was
alibi.
running away from Gonta!
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated if catch
Until
my
they
drill.
left with
Trophy mill
Gonta.
perfect!
What's Monkey's
That was
alibi?
5
Then
minutes
right before
9
nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
Alright. I need to start over statements, just like Kaya did. Let's calm down, focus at one at a time.
I have
I
an
was
alibi.
running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated if catch my
Until they
drill.
left with
Trophy mill perfect!
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay
What?
at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
One more time.
I have an
I was
alibi.
running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated if catch my drill. Trophy mill perfect!
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell
I
asleep.
didn't run
Did
into
you
anyone.
really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was
Are
in my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
Alright.
I have
I
an
was
alibi.
running away from
Left with Gonta.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Did you really? Are you sure?
Ah, another miss.
No, in my own room. Jeez.
Damn it, really? I shouldn't have missed.
Are you sure you did not stay at the gym?
I heard it! No, I think Hirumi is telling the truth. Kokichi's story proves it.
Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kirumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was right around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if it was up to no good. She just kept talking, then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when nighttime rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture. Then we played tag for the other half.
Kokichi met Kirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi. I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
Forgot? It seems far more plausible that you are telling another lie.
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
That is true, I guess.
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move him. All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank.
Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other possibilities.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy talking.
The only ones capable of that are the other 3 with no alibis.
Mew, Kaito, and Maki! Ah, you're including me too?
But there's actually one person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
One person can be eliminated as a suspect, according to Kokichi. He must be talking about the figure he saw. They certainly would have an alibi. We need to pin down who that was. The key to the fact lies in Kokichi, Gonta, and Miyu's statements. According to what we know, the figure Kokichi saw must be... Yeah.
That's it!
You were right, Matt.
Kokichi, you're talking about Mew, right?
What? You?
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
Booyah! Suck it, nerds!
Wait a sec. Since when does she have an alibi?
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Oh yeah, I did see something odd while Kirumi was lecturing me. Something odd? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit.
A girl walking around half naked?
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow, right? That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear, even me.
That'd be a whole different issue.
No, it's Mew, without a doubt. Mew and Gonta's statements prove it.
Your face got hot? You mean you were hot on her tail, right? Oh, well... I had to use my secret weapon, woman weapon, and, let's just leave it at that.
I see. It sounds like Gonta got an eyeful,
What? Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew?
Oh, well, 'cause, I'm
Pretty stacked, so...
I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta would be too flustered to touch me.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, you cockroaches! Anyway, I think the blood rushed to both of Gonta's heads because he got super embarrassed.
Okay, in this picture, she really, really does look like Junko. I can't be the only one, right?
Mew was in her underwear, and Gonta got weird feeling. So Gonta ran away.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to flaunt it. I show my panties to the boys all the time. And I mean all the time. So you're welcome, Gonta. Think of me during your next tug session.
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual alibi.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up. We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
Alibis for yesterday has been recorded in the monopad.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no alibis.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Two prime suspects, Kaito and Maki. But something inside me doesn't want to accuse Kaito. I want to believe Kaito until he's proven guilty. I will trust him.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
Uh-oh. What?
We narrowed it down to 2 people, and one of those 2 is the culprit, right? Since we don't have to randomly accuse each other, finding the truth just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
And what is this effective method?
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is. Yeah? Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
Yes, that is true.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is. To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Work harder?
Have the 2 argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and forth?
And...
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid. You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust. How do you expect to find the culprit when you're all worried about each other's feelings? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit! If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the 2 suspects argue against each other. No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun! We'll catch the culprit in their lies when we find a contradiction. We'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works. Right, Monokuma?
A development like that would liven things up a bit.
Yep, I totes agree.
Totes.
You're agreeing with Monokuma? Just whose side are you on?
I'm on your side. I don't want to die either, you know. That's why we need to take this seriously. A hot debate to smoke out the liar.
And how do you expect us to start this?
If you guys need some help getting started, I can give out the first topic. Our first topic is this! Ta-da!
The Cubs pad?
Not just any Cubs pad, but the one given to our latest victim, Ryoma. When we started investigating, I went straight to his room to borrow it.
So, it wasn't the culprit who took the video from his room. It was you.
And the reason why I brought it out just for this occasion is... because one of these 2 had Ryoma's motive video. Dun dun dun!
One of these 2 had it?
And for us to figure that out, we need to know who this motive video belongs to. Take a guess, everyone! Whose motive video did Ryoma have?
The motive video that Ryoma had was Kaito Samaki's. I should know the answer. The motive video that Ryoma had belonged to Maki Harukawa.
That's it!
It was Maki's motive video, right?
Oh, how did you ever guess? Ooh, I know! It's because the motive video that you have belongs to Kaito. process of elimination wins again. The obvious answer was Maki, right?
Is that true, Shuichi?
Yes, you're right.
And what about that? Just because Ryoma had my motive video, that doesn't make me the culprit.
Finally, you said something! This is how a debate should be. I only brought up the motive video to make you talk.
Excuse me?
Okay, now that we got the party rolling, let's get you and Kaito ready to argue. Remember, if you're not the culprit, then that means the other one is. Got that? Let's start this extreme death debate. Tear up the other's lies, rip each other apart.
Wait just a minute. What are you trying to...
Quit screwing around! We don't need to debate who's a culprit! I'm not the culprit! That's for sure.
Which means...
Kaito, wait! Maybe Kokichi is wrong. Maybe he...
Maki isn't a culprit either!
Huh?
What?
Huh? Really? You're saying neither of you are the culprit? Then what would be the point of this whole debate?
Who cares about that? All I know is that neither me or Maki are the culprit. It's just a hunch I've got.
Hunch? Are you being serious? You do know all our lives are on the line here, right? And you're betting our lives on just a hunch?
You don't get it. This isn't just any hunch. This is an official hunch from the Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars.
What?
How illogical. This is even more difficult to comprehend than Kokichi's antics.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid. Damn idiot!
A damned idiot!
Hey, don't call me an idiot! Anyway, me and Maki aren't the culprit. There's no doubt about it. I believe in Maki.
What?
You believe in her? But based on what?
Huh? I don't gotta base it on anything. No matter where the clues point. In the end, the only thing that matters is what I believe, right? Whether I believe or not. Whether I want to believe or not. That's the only thing that matters.
So, you do not have any evidence?
Only baseless conjecture.
But I totally get where he's coming from, because I want to believe in Himiko too.
Want to believe, huh? Yeah, I think I understand that.
Wanting to believe in someone is a beautiful act, yes. However, it is a sentiment that has no place in a class trial.
He's an idiot after all.
It's okay to be idiot, as long as you believe in people.
Guys, I said don't call me an idiot. Really hurts my feelings.
It's true. That's not what a class trial is about. You're supposed to think logically. You can't let your feelings into it. It's absurdity. Total absurdity. But then again, that absurdity saved me before, right? Why? Why do you trust me, Kaito? There's a chance that I'm the I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that? What? Isn't that why you believed in Kaede? I mean, sure, I may get betrayed in the end, but if I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I really want to believe in. If I can trust my logic, maybe I should trust Kaito's feelings too. Yeah, it'll work out in the end, so...
I'll believe in Maki as well.
What?
That's our Kaito, right? Making us think with our hearts.
You too? How could the ultimate detective believe in someone without proof?
But there's no proof linking Maki or Kaito to this crime either. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. For now, they are innocent.
Right on, Shuichi. I knew I picked a good sidekick.
And by the way, I might be the ultimate detective, but I'm in training. Right? Told you that, didn't I? I'm just an apprentice, not a real detective.
How do you plan to get closer to the truth without suspecting either of them? Unless you have evidence to the contrary, these two will remain suspect.
So I just have to turn it around, right?
Huh?
It's not like I owe that idiot a favor or anything just because he defended me. But that hopeless idiot may have encouraged me a bit.
Seriously, enough's enough! Stop calling me an idiot!
What are you trying to say, Maki?
I didn't want to say anything, but I can't stay silent forever. So I'll tell you.
Oh? Tell us what?
I met up with Ryoma during nighttime yesterday.
What?
Ryoma? At nighttime?
So Ryoma was still alive at nighttime?
I thought the crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night.
That's wrong, because I met up with Ryoma during nighttime.
If that's true, then we have no basis for suspecting only Kaito and Maki.
That's right. Everyone suspected them, because they know have alibis for those times.
That means me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
Quit fucking around! You think I'm dumb enough to swallow that line of crap?
Yes, this seems too convenient.
But why did Maki wait until now to mention that?
It's totally obvious! Maki's so desperate that she has to lie.
What's that? A lie? Did Maki lie to us? It's true, we don't have all the facts. Why would Maki say that now, of all the times? If I trust her innocence, I should believe her statement. But should I? Intermission.
Now then,
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the results. Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
The hell you saying?
Wait a second. What result? Voting time hasn't happened yet.
Yes, it has. Don't you remember, Monosuke? No, it hasn't. You're the one who doesn't remember, Monotaro. Uh-oh. Oh, man, you're right. Silly me. I'm so forgetful.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect you all to get so worked up over such a small lie. You kids are pretty gullible, huh?
Now then.
Well, anyway, let's just skip this trial and jump ahead to Chapter 3.
The hell you saying?
Wait a second. We don't know the culprit yet.
Yeah, who killed Rentaro? Oh, that was Chapter 1's case. How can you be this forgetful? Another shocking truth revealed.
Back to square one.
Square one? If square one, they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
Wow! What does that mean?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument. Like this one.
We shouldn't listen to anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You're one to talk.
Maki, just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab. He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video?
Maybe. I actually didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Then why did Ryoma think that Maki had his motive video?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video? It would have to be someone who knew who had each pad. Bleh. That would be a residential liar. Oma.
It's you! That would be Kokichi.
Cubs pad! Gotta catch 'em all. I even got the pads belonging to the people who aren't here. Now everyone can watch their motive video. I totally cannot do that laugh. I'm so sorry.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
What happened then, Maki? After Ryoma asked you for his motive video?
I told Ryoma just to take it from my room. I keep my room unlocked.
Wow, Maki, that's super careless. Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return. But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then. Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
Suspected? What for?
Kirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos. And that's pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
Yes, yes! Those who believe shall be saved!
No, we need to wait. There is still more to confirm.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Huh? What now?
You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma, it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime.
I see. Kokichi's response may help corroborate Maki's testimony.
Now you understand why I don't want your charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki. Okay, it's true. I told Ryoma.
Just as I thought.
But that's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party. I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
I see.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday.
So you still suspect me?
I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely. Because everyone's lives are at stake.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No. This is a world of lies and betrayal.
Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things!
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
This is difficult to determine.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
I'm not lying. I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime. I'm telling the truth.
Is it a lie or the truth? This is the turning point. This will change the fate of this case. And I said I would believe in Kaito, and that means believing in Maki. And that means I have to do it. I need us all on the same page. I have to change where this argument is going, just like Kaede did. Looks like we have to lie, ladies and gentlemen.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
I actually don't remember which one it was. Shit. Maki met up with someone.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took...
No.
Damn it!
Oops. I'm an idiot. Right, I'm supposed to turn it into a lie.
Surely they would have...
If no one...
Here we go.
I'll reveal the truth. I might not be able to prove they met, but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
Oh? Please explain.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night. And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh? Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs when we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one. But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner. But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma. None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time? If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked. We are still part of a killing game after all.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
You're gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
That's right. You can believe me.
Yeah, you're right. I'll believe him too.
Belief shall set you free.
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar. Especially after we believed him for so long. We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
That face.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime. In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
But I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
So, everyone is culprit again?
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
However, it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning, but...
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
And when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
When did Ryoma's body get placed in the piranha tank? Maki was with Ryoma around midnight, so it couldn't have been before nighttime. And it couldn't have been the morning after. That leaves...
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, Dick Cheese?
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
It may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
What a terrible title for a guard.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
I don't even play baseball.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone! Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments. Disagreement? What? A disagreement? You mean you're split down the middle again? Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! We've been waiting for this!
Jeez, we gotta do that whole crazy thing again?
It seems like our options are split on this matter. But if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. If I can't get them to see the truth now, my lie would have been for nothing. I won't fail.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit?
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Mugi's the only one talking about the announcement. We should focus on the simple statements first, and then argue accordingly.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit? Himiko!
You were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I got this!
You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Maki!
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
Button mashing, button mashing, button mashing, button mashing. There we go.
This is our answer.
It's true that you cannot enter the gym at nighttime, but a corpse could. I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
That window's higher than the piranha tank, and it's pretty close by. Curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the piranha tank from the window.
However, I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
That certainly couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window, the window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor.
Ryoma was small. Gonta could have chucked him easy.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it.
I know! They used the ladder in the gym! You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached the window, right? So the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
No, I don't think that method is possible because, well, the ladder doesn't reach the window by itself.
That's it! The only reason the ladder reached the window was because it was on the stage. If you used the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it. The ladder could barely reach the window when it was on the stage. And there is nothing on the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage. Finally, the ladder was found in the gym, correct? If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy.
Then Gonta used his tard strength to throw the ladder or the body or something.
Gentlemen not throw dead bodies. Oh.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with. It would need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible!
Sorry, you're right.
You didn't need to apologize, Gonta.
How the culprit moved the body from the window. Ha! You guys don't even know that? What a bunch of dimwits.
Do you have the answer then?
But of course. Tell him, Shuichi. Blow them all away with the truth.
I actually don't know that yet.
What?
The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Seriously?
Serves you right! You just made a fool out of yourself after acting all high and mighty.
Kids just need to shut up and take their licks.
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure this out or we're done for. Hey, you gotta do something, Shuichi!
I know. I have to do something, but...
I don't know what to do. I haven't figured that out yet. Damn it, am I really not good enough? Am I no good as a detective? I can't do this. I can't.
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
What?
Gonta thinks it matter. We won't know culprit's trick unless we figure out...
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it. We shouldn't focus on where we found the body. Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
Where he was killed?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder scene instead?
Yes, that's it. We were so caught up in where the body was found, when we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
The murder scene would definitely have more clues about the culprit. Why didn't anyone realize this yet? That's strange.
Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
Then, culprit is someone in this room!
That's important to remember. It's not as if everyone here wants us to find the truth. One of us is trying to sabotage this trial.
Well then, let's discuss the crime scene to figure out who the culprit is.
That's not a bad idea for a robot. The last time I heard such a good idea was when Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
Himikawa under the bridge?
If we can determine where this all started, we can determine how it ended. Yes, it's much too soon to quit. The trial has only just begun.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. I guess that's why you're still an apprentice.
Ouch. Non-stop debate.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when he got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning. There is nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drowning toilets? Impossible!
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits is the pool. Even if you use magic, there's no other way!
Well, it must be the pool then.
Nah, that little turd drowned in the toilet!
Shut your mouth, you noisy sow.
Ow.
Sal!
The cause of Ryoma death is certainty. Ryoma drowned in water. The pool seemed like the obvious answer, but I had my doubts.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning.
There's nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drowning toilets? Impossible!
We should consider stored.
The only place that...
Oh, come on. Really? There we go.
That's wrong! The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime. No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
Yep, a dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person entered the pool, I think I might cry.
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying. In the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Only after you leave do I realize how much you really mean to me.
Quit being so gloomy! This is the year of the Jets! Fuck the Patriots!
Anyway, we can conclude it's impossible for him to have drowned in the pool.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool? Is there other place where water can be stored?
Where was Ryoma killed? I know there's some kind of clue! scratched sink, of course!
This is it! The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And I believe those scratches were caused by... This is it! The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Well, yeah. Sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab. The marks on the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
So the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab's sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Saying disgusting things. I don't want to hear it.
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Ah! Goma, why? I don't want to think about that. Ugh. It got a bad reaction from me the first time I played it. It still gives me a bad reaction now. Thank you, Oma.
Stop! Please stop!
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shukuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him?
It's possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him. Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... whoops. Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed. Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
Peanut butter squid. The hell is that, Tsumugi?
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink in his lab, right? That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
Alright, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
But how did the culprits carry his body to the gym from there? Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all. Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
What shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use? It is obviously this open window right here.
There! The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab. And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
Do you think the culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window? Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window. How's that? Mission complete!
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the pool side, even if one used the ladder.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily. We learned a lot of important information. Now that I'm sure the scene of the crime was Ryoma's lab, the case is becoming clearer. To determine how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found, I have to figure out how to get from the 3rd floor window to the gym. Alright then. I have to analyze the possible methods and find the most likely. When you have to deduce how things are connected, Psych Taxi will start up. The objective of this mode is to gather the letter cubes lying around to form the question. Use the A button to accelerate and the left stick to move left and right. I can't speak. By picking up letter cubes floating around, you can complete the question. Once you've completed the question, you head towards the escort that has the correct answer. If it's the right answer, they'll get in your car. If it's the wrong answer, something bad happens. Also, there will be other cars on the road. If you hit those, you will take focus energy damage. If it's getting dangerous, use the right button to concentrate, stay calm, and avoid them. Please drive safely. Enjoy the ride. Please respond at your earliest convenience. Psych Taxis. Start. So here's a little thing about this game. It was in the demo for this game where, obviously they weren't going to give away that Kaede actually died, so it was Kaede's right in this car instead of Suichi. So, yes, you can play this game as Kaede, but only in the demo. As far as I'm aware, I don't know what happens post-game, so yeah. I think her car was pink too. I can't remember. What? The body was brought from where? Also, we have 2 questions.
Chicken time.
Next question. So, like, something else you need to know about the demo. They reused one of the They reused a murder that happens in the demo for the first game, which happens exactly the same, except a few things shifted here and there, which is actually a demo for the very first murder, except it switches a few characters around, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing the Junko voice, but it just seems appropriate at this moment. I don't know. It just fits. But yeah. That's another little reference. Also, the demo includes, you know, the protagonist of the first game and of the second game. So, yeah, not only do they reference the first demo murder, they also bring in 2 protagonists from the past game and throws you for a loop. And there should be some cars up ahead. Yeah, there's one. Why am I still doing the Junko voice? I ask myself this every day. I don't know. She has become a part of my personality. That's all I know. There we go. Out of the voice and into the void that is Danganronpa hell. I can only get one of these. Oh shit. Alright. Nope. Let's go 200, 1, 2, 3, 200 something. Alright. Question is forming. I think I was supposed to hit it there. Alright, how was it moved from the classroom window to the gym window? That would be, what are my options? From window to window. I want this escort, please. Thank you. So I got all answers correct. There we go.
I've got it. Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
No, I don't believe he was thrown. But perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Huh? Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
Equipment that connects to windows. I believe it was found near the body. That would be, you know, this kind of suspicious rope.
There! The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Atua can reveal. What mysterious mystery? During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage. But the next morning, the rope had been moved backstage for some reason. It's a mysterious mystery. Only Atua knows the answer.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
So they did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between both windows.
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
According to the sign at the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet. Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said.
Wait, who said that?
Even if the rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Both windows were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
No, Gonta think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Another rope. There was only one, though.
Oh, then it impossible. Sorry.
No, I'm sure there was another rope. Or at least something that could be used as a rope.
This is it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how did they use it?
Okay, so... First, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side. And tie cable to other window. Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together. That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
Wow! That's amazing, Gonta! You're so knowledgeable.
It's nothing. Gonta use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect the windows with a rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it! Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. But in my case, it's 100% inspiration!
We get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Ouch.
Tarzan? But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Not just a rope?
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. They wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
Hinting hints. Why is that a fun way to say that? You're confusing me. You're definitely onto something. It's true that the culprit needed to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would not be able to retrieve it. They would have only one shot at it, no second chances. So obviously, the culprit would have wanted to put the body in the tank carefully, meaning they would have wanted to get as close as possible to the window. The problem is, how did they get near it? All that we know right now is that there was a rope that connected the windows. Somehow the culprit used that to move the body and went close to the windows themselves. To make that work, they had to have used something else. But what could that have been? What could they have done?
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
What?
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial. It all starts with you. You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I believe in you, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. I will solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. Something was used with the rope to move the body between the windows. Come on. Think. Hangman's Gambit, start!
Yes, that's it. The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that? Wow, you got drain damage or something?
You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
No, there definitely was. The culprit used it to move the body along the rope. In scenes where you had to deduce an image, mind mine will begin. In this mode, the objective is to dig up the answer. At the beginning, the answer will be completely covered by pieces. Use the left stick to move the cursor and erase the pieces with the A button. Pieces will be erased when two or more of the same color connect. The adjacent pieces will change color in the following order: white, pink, yellow, and then back to white. If you do it right, you can remove all the pieces from an object. The trick is to predict how the adjacent pieces will change. When all the pieces on top of an object are gone, you can select the answer. You select the object as the answer. If you select the wrong object, your influence gauge will take damage. If there's just one piece left, you can press the A button repeatedly to break it. But that will incur a time penalty. So don't just button mash. It might sound complicated, but trust me, you'll get it as you play. Thank you for your understanding. Mind, this was also in the demo. just in case you guys are wondering, where these objects are placed are completely random every time, just so you know. There is no sort of memorization that you need. Like, for example, this, which is the correct answer, was over here. This thing was more to the left, and this was more here. So these are random, so there is no memorizing game to this puzzle.
I see it! It's the inner tube! The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool!
The inner tube?
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side? Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides. The culprit made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported 2 people. The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway, and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym. Once through the gym window, the culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body. Either that, or the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. That way would be more stable, and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules? It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay. Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Eh?
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Oh, shit!
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
His foot? Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke if you two keep freaking out about it.
I gotta say, Monofine is my favorite Mono kid. I just have to say that.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth!
Pops?
Uh-oh! Daddy's mad at you now!
Huh?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
You're on the threshold of an amazing...
Monodum's right!
Monosuke, you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
So culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? Some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see! The rope was thrown from the window! That's why we found it there!
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
I believe that was an accident.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious.
That's it! Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them.
Huh! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it? Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur!
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Now, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Shut up. Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial to solving this case. We're so close. We're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to be prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows the list of subjects. So, who is it? Is it Suichi Saihara? Is it Kaito Momota? Is it Kirumi Tojo? Is it Maki Harukawa? Is it Anji Yanaga? Kore Kiyoshin Guji? Sumugi Shirogane? Gonto Gokuhara? Himiko Yumano? Kokichi Oma? Tenku Chabashira? Kibo? Miuiruma? Well, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And the real person is...
It has to be you! There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake. I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kirumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I just have to stay calm and find it.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
Oops. An alibi?
Proves you're the culprit.
Nonsense.
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled to pull it off.
Preposterous.
That could have been done by anyone.
Ah, damn it.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could
Okay, I'm gonna try that again.
The crime was committed at nighttime. You have no alibi, do you?
I do not have one.
Do you think you would fall for such nonsense? The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work.
But someone like you could be
skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That
could have been done by anyone.
That's wrong! No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
Alright.
While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
Here we go, rebuttal showdown. I remember what evidence it is this time. So, there's one we haven't used
If it were
yet.
solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Oops.
Oh no!
Wait, I had it selected.
I am referring to the rope.
Wait.
Now, with that rope, It is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Oh.
In other words, it is just a guess, and then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
Whoops.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
There we go. It's that one.
I'll cut through your words.
Whoops.
I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Is Kirumi quiet cause that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine. So what does she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito.
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to Atua?
Yes, really. So please believe me. I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to!
Kirumi!
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryuma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, It does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am—
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. You can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty. Now it is the final piece of thing that we haven't used at all, which is this.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym, but how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What? Truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how the black fabric fixes this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Here we go.
You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. Ah! In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die! In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake! because of your self-righteous truth. Everyone might die! In this class trial.
Alright.
I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. You only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. You only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation.
There we go.
What does that piece of trash prove?
A, X, Y, A.
It ends here! The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and
it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi.
Wrong! Mew also wears black gloves.
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now.
See? Mew has black gloves.
We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi? Will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. Oops, not a game. Decided to do a thing. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it. And kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me. I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Closing argument, start! Alright, so we got friction on the gloves, rubber inner tube, piranha swimming in the tank, handcuffed victims, evidence made of material. Okay. What was used as a partition? Before the murder, what was put into the victim's wrist, which is, you know. Run, Cooper. Yep. What was taken from the pool? was used to transfer the body in the way.
This is the truth of the case!
There we go.
The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. they removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid? Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi. Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
You don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodam, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Who do we vote for? None other than Kirumi Tojo.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Alright, who voted for Suichi?
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Oh my! You all voted correctly! What an unexpected and unpredictable outcome! The Blackened who killed Wayama Hoshi is Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid!
Thank goodness.
We managed to get through the class trial again.
You gotta be kidding me!
There's nothing good about this at all. Why did it have to be Kirumi?
Yeah.
Truly, this result was unexpected.
Wait!
How can you be so calm about it?
No way. Yeah.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, how long have you been lying to us?
The truth is
that why you took such good care of us? So you could deceive everyone?
Huh?
You mean she's not my mom? It still continues.
Hey!
She was never your fucking mom.
Damn it.
Hey, Kirumi, tell me, why? You were always thinking about everyone around you. How could you kill someone?
Me, human beings have always been selfish, self-centered creatures. That's why I hate humans. They burned down the forest we call home. They polluted the rivers we drink from. I'll never forgive humans. No way! But is that really a good reason to destroy them? Some humans are really nice.
Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up! Enough with the commentary already!
Say.
Well, Kirumi, were your feelings towards us simply another falsehood?
How?
No, it can't be. Say it ain't so. That was just another lie, too?
No.
I don't think so. I still believe Kirumi cares about us.
What?
And how would you know? I can't say for certain, but I can sense that this trial has been agonizing for her. You can't say for certain, That is what a detective would say. Kirumi, are you upset? Because of the people important to you?
You mean, like from the motive video? So Kirumi watched hers after all?
Earlier, Kirumi mentioned that she had accepted a request. Perhaps the request came from an important someone in her motive video.
What's wrong?
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I do not agree.
No, that's not it. I'm just lost. Because if I tell you why I did it, you will regret what you've just done. Regret?
Damn.
Spit it out already! Otherwise, we can't accept this outcome.
Please!
Please, Kirumi, tell us. I care about you a lot, and I know the others care about you too. So please.
Understood.
Very well then. If you are also desperate to know,
I shall take that
I will
request.
consider this as a final request and tell you everything.
Well, you know.
No more lies then. You better just tell us the truth, please, and thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I understand.
That is correct.
Your reasoning was exactly right. The reason I murdered Ryoma was because of what I saw in my motive video. As I thought. You did indeed watch your video. Does that mean someone broke the agreement and traded you your motive video? Alright, fess up. Which one of you did it? Close your eyes and raise your hand if it was you.
What are you saying? Why would the one raising their hand need to close their eyes?
May I?
That won't be necessary. I did not trade my motive video with anyone. Huh? If you didn't trade with anyone, how'd you see your motive video?
Hey!
Perhaps Kirumi received her own motive video.
Huh?
Huh? You mean she had her own motive video from the start?
Yes.
Correct. No one had my motive video but me, the video's intended recipient. I have no idea why.
The fuck's going on?
That's not possible. Monokuma, what the hell's going on?
You know, I meant to bring this up earlier because it's been bugging me for a while. All this talk about videos being switched, what does that mean exactly? Don't play dumb. You're the one who switched up all the motive videos.
No.
No, I didn't. Oh, was I not supposed to ask that? Did you cubs screw up again?
Huh? Not supposed to.
Dumbass!
It's all Monofine's fault. She passed them out without checking the names.
What? I didn't know. Monotaro should have checked the names too.
Wait a minute, I don't even remember passing out any videos. It was my fault.
Yeah?
What?
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I should have been more careful.
No, Monodam, it's not your fault.
Okay.
It's all our fault. I'm sorry too.
Yeah?
It seems I misunderstood. I completely forgot the pain all along. I forgot the plan all along was to redistribute the videos.
Daddy!
Hey,
It's not your fault at all, kids. It's my fault for forgetting.
Father!
Hey.
Goodness.
What?
What the hell is all this mushy feel-good crap?
You stupid!
You're little idiots. I'm through getting along with you dummy bears.
Well now.
I'm sorry to cause so much trouble. Please continue your boring conversation.
I see.
The Monocos merely distributed the motive videos at random. Receiving my own video was nothing more than bad luck. Shouldn't this mean that someone else got their own video? Since there is an even number of students, someone else should also have received their own? I think that's how that works.
Oh, I see.
So you just watched it without knowing why it was given to you?
Hey!
What was in your video?
What's wrong?
Well, you promised to tell us everything.
Yes.
I will tell you the truth in its entirety, but I doubt that everyone will believe it.
So,
If that's the case, why don't we all watch the motive video together? That's right, yeah. It would be much better. Let's hurry before Daddy gets bored again.
How thorough of you. Yet, I suppose that it's better this way. Perhaps the truth will be easier to believe if you witness it with your own eyes. After Kirumi had spoken, the Monocos began playing the video.
alright! Back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado, Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. With clients in politics and finance, this elite maid is renowned for completing any request. One fateful day, she was suddenly summoned by one of her most influential clients, the Prime Minister
of Japan.
The Prime Minister had a request of utmost importance. He requested that she use her talent as the ultimate maid to serve her country. He asked Kirumi to make this country great again and transferred all his authority to her.
It seems we have a reference to the stupid president in my country. I don't know if that was there in the original Japanese version, but let's assume it was.
No one suspected that the Prime Minister's new secretary was secretly running the country. And over time, she became the de facto Prime Minister. Only Kirumi could save the country from impending doom. Yes, the future of the country rests entirely on her capable shoulders. But Kirumi is up to the task, for she only accepts requests that only she can fulfill. She is driven by the belief that her citizens are the most important people in her life. Oh, and while we're on the subject of those important people, an unfortunate event will soon befall those vermin and sheeple. What event, you ask? It's a secret. Find out for yourself.
Huh?
It can't be.
What?
What the hell? The Prime Minister?
Yes.
Everything you just saw is true. Though I only remembered it upon watching that video. Remembered?
Wait!
What is this? That's ridiculous. There's no way Kirumi really is the Prime Minister.
I do not agree.
No, it's the truth. I am Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid, and the most important people to me.
This is my selfless
are
devotion.
The citizens of this country.
I was called upon to lift the country out of a dire situation. I swore to serve and help all its citizens. As the ultimate maid, I have advised politicians many times in the past, but he wanted me to prioritize saving the country from an unprecedented crisis. I fully accepted this request. As a maid, it is a great honor to serve the nation itself.
What did I do?
You're really confusing the shit out of me, because this makes no sense, and I gotta take it down.
I see.
So Kirumi was the real Prime Minister running the country behind the scenes.
Huh?
How can you seriously believe that a high schooler could be Prime Minister?
You really don't get it.
I don't think it's odd that an ultimate level talent could be that powerful. I mean, Keyboy's talent lets him pretend to be human, even though he's a heartless robot.
How rude!
I'm not pretending, I'm still learning.
I see. Well, good luck, I guess.
Incredible.
Every time he makes a fucking pose, I fucking swear kill. I was aware of Kirumi's impressive talent, but Prime Minister...
But...
Actually, the motive video aside, Kirumi doesn't seem like she'd lie about something like that. Yoo-hoo! Hey, I get that Kirumi is really important, but what was that unprecedented crisis?
I do not know.
Why can't I remember? With our memories lost.
That's...
Wait, isn't this just like the Ultimate Hunt?
That is correct.
Perhaps it is connected to the Ultimate Hunt.
Huh?
The Ultimate Hunt is connected to this unprecedented crisis facing the nation? If that's true, how are they connected? What is this Ultimate Hunt anyway?
I do not know.
I do not know what is happening to the nation while I am here, inside the end wall. That is why I needed to know. I needed to know that the most important people in my life were safe.
This is my selfless
because
devotion.
I am duty and honor bound to protect every citizen of this nation.
My apologies.
That is why I needed to escape.
If so...
So you weighed our lives against the lives of everyone else in this nation.
But if those are the options, of course you picked everyone outside, right? There's just too many lives at stake out there.
We just stopped Kirumi from doing that because we selfishly wanted to live.
I don't like that.
Oh, what should we do? Did we just make a terrible mistake? If everyone outside died because Kirumi is dead...
Why?
Doesn't that mean we pretty much destroyed the country? What do we do?
Wait!
Say, what's Monokuma planning to do with the rest of humanity? You know how many people lives in this... You know how many people live in this country? Like 100 million, easily.
Always messing around.
No matter how powerful the mastermind is, there's no way they could really...
Bears do not lie.
Bears do not lie.
Hey,
I am the ruler of this world. Nothing is beyond my power.
Huh?
Nothing is beyond your power? What kind of arrogant, ridiculous...
100%.
It is impossible that he could bring disaster to a country.
What are you trying to pull?
What's so funny?
You guys act like you can't believe it, but you're all terrified anyway.
Shing!
If you can't believe it, then you're terrified for no reason. Why do humans lie? Why are humans the only animal that tells lies?
Shut up!
Hey, cut it out! This is serious.
Oh?
How long are you gonna keep talking about Kirumi?
Dang it!
Let's talk about Ryoma. It would be a shame to completely neglect him.
Oh, I see.
That's right. We know your motive to kill, but why did you kill Ryoma specifically?
That is...
Because he was easy to kill.
Huh?
Easy to kill?
Weird!
I do not agree. His physical strength was irrelevant when he did not have a reason to live.
Do you agree?
Without that, he became the weakest among us.
Huh?
I took advantage of his weakness and killed him. What do you mean?
That is...
I told him I had urgent matters to discuss, and to meet him in the research lab on the 3rd floor. There, I revealed my motive video, and afterward, I told him...
That is correct.
I am responsible for the life of every citizen of this nation, so I must escape this place. He then responded,
Got it.
So you got a reason to survive. That's the complete opposite of me. That's good. If you got something to live for, then it means your life has value. After he said that, he told me he would clean up the tennis balls lying around.
And then, he turned his back toward me. At that moment, my determination solidified. A person like him would have noticed my bloodthirst emanating. He already knew. He forfeited his life right then and there. That is correct.
That is when I decided I must sacrifice his life for my nation and my people.
Then
Ryoma knew he was going to be killed.
But...
Wait a minute, it's Maki's fault that Ryoma decided he didn't want to live anymore.
What?
What?
Because...
Ryoma only gave up on life after you showed him his motive video. Well, since you didn't watch his motive video, I guess you had no way of knowing.
What are you talking about?
What's your point?
Wait!
Wait a minute. You're talking as if Ryoma saw that motive video. Didn't you just say that he only checked the name and didn't watch the video? Huh? Did I say that?
Huh?
What are you getting at?
Well, you know...
I probably shouldn't say anything, but someone had to step up and speak for poor Ryoma.
I told you.
Again, what's your point? That he gave up on life because I showed him his motive video? I'll get to that in a sec, but why do you think Ryoma wanted to see his motive video? Because he was looking for a reason to live! Isn't that right, Maki?
Why?
How do you know that?
What?
Swap motive videos? Didn't we agree not to show them to each other?
Yeah.
I remember. Because once you watch him, you got a motive to kill.
But
if it shows someone important to me, I'd really like to see that.
Hey.
Any idea who'll be in the video?
No.
I don't. That's why I want to see it. Once I know I got someone important to me, I'll have a reason to live.
Jeez.
If I got a reason to live, then I've got a reason to escape here with you guys.
In other words,
that video might just give me a motive to live.
Please.
So please.
That's true.
You're right. He was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
Which means you shouldn't have shown him this motive video in the first place.
Hey!
What do you mean? What did his video show? Nothing. His motive was empty.
Huh?
Empty?
Okie dokie. Okay, oh, we're up next. Let's give it a watch, shall we?
All right! Back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado... This message is for Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro. Unfortunately, there is no one in the world who is important to you. I'm so sorry. Really, I am. You have my deepest sympathies. Sorry.
No one was important to him?
Always messing around.
What? That's what he was shown? If he saw something like that... He had known, he had none to care for, and none who cared for him. He found no motive to live. Because of that, he chose to let Kirumi claim his life.
I see.
So that's why... He must have just watched that video before I summoned him to meet me.
It can't be.
He just gave up then?
Damn.
To hell with that! That damned moron.
But, it's bad to have no reason to live, but it's also bad to have too many reasons to live. Because that's why you did such a terrible thing, right, Kirumi? For too many reasons.
Yes.
You are free to judge me for killing Ryoma. I would bear the burden of being seen as evil for the sake of my nation and its people.
For everyone.
Because that is what it means to serve with selfless devotion. That's why I needed to survive. Sacrificing you all meant saving the lives of men, women, children, and elderly.
My apologies.
I wanted to live. Kirumi.
You need something?
Oh, what is it?
Hey!
Huh?
What?
Gonta...
I was thinking the same thing. I don't want to die, but Kirumi's life is way more valuable than mine. Kirumi's got the lives of hundreds of millions of people on his shoulders, right?
Unfortunately.
Logically, Kirumi's survival would result in fewer casualties than our collective survival would.
Jeez, maybe it would have been better if we'd gotten the culprit wrong.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, man.
If Kirumi survives, then the nation's future will be secured. Then what was the point of me doing all this? Why did I reveal the truth? What have I done? Was I wrong? I shouldn't have...
Shuichi!
What kind of face is that, Shuichi? If you're my sidekick, then suck it up!
Huh?
What?
Hey!
That goes for all of you. To hell with all this value of life shit.
Alright!
Life is just something. You can't trade it or put a price on it. Kaido.
Listen up.
And your life doesn't just belong to you. It's for your parents, your grandparents, your friends, even your neighbors.
I mean...
It's not something you could just decide to throw away on your own.
Don't worry about it.
So, we didn't do the wrong thing. Life's supposed to be lived. As long as you stay alive, anything's possible. You can even go to the stars.
Of course!
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I wanna live. I haven't even traveled to space yet. There's no way in hell I'm gonna die here.
Jeez.
The idiot's talking again. But he's right. I mean, you're right too. He is an idiot, but he's right.
So divine!
He's an automaton's idiot. I don't know why, but idiots always fill me up with inspiration.
Shut up!
Shut up! I told you to stop calling me an idiot.
But...
maybe his stupid speech is just what we needed to hear. Kirumi certainly looks shaken by it.
Huh?
Because?
Do you really think someone as desperate as Kirumi to live would give up so easily? Of course not! In fact, she probably still hasn't given up even now. She was hoping that learning the truth would make one of us volunteer to die in her place.
Huh?
What?
But
Monokuma would never allow a Blacken to escape punishment, so maybe... she wanted everyone to rebel so she could use that as cover to escape on her own? How about it, Kirumi? Am I close? You are the most detestable cretin I have ever met. You knew exactly what I would attempt, yet allowed me to explain anyway.
Huh?
Wait, what he just said was true?
You mean...
Really?
Seriously, you backstabbing cunt?
Cut it out.
Enough. She was just trying to stay alive in her own way. Nobody can blame her for that.
That is correct.
That's right. I must survive. Because I carry the weight of an entire nation on my shoulders. I would not have killed Ryoma if I was so easily deterred. This request will not be fulfilled until I have brought joy to every citizen of this nation.
You must live.
So no matter what, I cannot die. That is why I killed Ryoma. Even now, I refuse to give up.
Huh?
Kirumi?
I see.
You still refuse to give up? So what do you intend to do?
You must live.
I intend to live. I must survive, no matter what it takes. If I must debase myself, so be it. I would drink filth and eat carrion to survive.
I will survive!
She screamed and started running. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a completely undignified exit.
I have to escape! I won't die here!
There's no way I'm letting you out of here!
It was ugly and raw and feral. She just ran as fast as she could. I heard my voice call out, Run!
Damn it!
Run! Run, Kirumi!
Please run!
Hurry! Please hurry!
Damn.
Hurry! Run!
Hey, like I said, I'm not letting you leave. Please! Run!
I will live! I refuse to die in a hellhole like this!
Now then, I've prepared a special punishment for Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
For my nation! For my people!
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time!
I will not die!
Really?
Why? Monodam! Why did you kill Monosuke?
It's okay.
If you need to vomit, let it out. You will feel much better afterward. Monosuke, he was no different from Mono Kid. He was getting in the way of us getting along.
It's fine.
We don't need him.
Yeah?
Don't need him.
Let's get along.
We few remaining Mono Cubs must get along.
We are all
No matter
friends.
what, we must always get along. Not even Father can stop us from getting along.
I will not
If he
forgive
knows
that.
what is good for him. Huh?
Wonderful.
This academy belongs to us. The age of the Mono Cubs begins now. Okay.
How dare you take that rebellious tone with me, young man?
That's
And yet, this angsty attitude of yours is just so cute.
They're so
This is so cute how your little cute crew has shrunken by 1 number. Yep, shrunk. You're not getting any larger, you know?
They're so freaking cute!
Oh, this cuteness makes me feel like I'm about to sneeze.
How horrible!
Ugly bitch.
Stop it! It doesn't matter. Now's not the time for that.
I don't like that.
I can't take this anymore. Even Kirumi was killed so brutally. I don't want to do this anymore.
Am I gonna end up like that too?
I'll protect you.
I won't let that happen, Himiko. I'll protect you no matter what. I'll protect you no matter what. But I don't want to do this anymore either. Please, let's just stop this killing game. I don't care if we stay trapped here forever.
Come on, come on!
Oh? Is it that what Atua said?
Cause Atua says
All
so.
desire, even your desire to escape this place, can corrupt you beyond redemption. It's Monokumo's corrupt. He's the one who distributed the motive videos.
I see, yes.
Those videos were more dangerous than we thought, to have driven Kirumi that far.
That's true.
What worries me is as long as we're trapped here, we don't know what's true or false.
Okay.
That must be why Kirumi did not want to show the videos. She thought that if everyone felt the same in her rage as she did, this killing game would be pure chaos. She wanted to stop it.
Hey!
If that's the case, then we really shouldn't show our videos to each other.
Of course!
That was our consensus from the beginning, not including you, of course.
However...
I had assumed Kokichi would try to show us her videos to get under our skin. But that did not come to pass. What, I wonder, was his intentions? Huh? I never do anything like that. I'm still thinking about what Kirumi said. What Kirumi said? Everything you just saw is true. Though I only remembered it upon watching that video.
That's...
what she said earlier, correct?
Huh?
Huh? What about it?
She
said she remembered, and it didn't sound like a lie either.
I see.
Maybe that video had the properties of a flashback light, if it made her remember.
What?
Huh? The properties of a flashback light?
Okay.
Still, how could Kirumi remember something she never should have forgotten? Serving the entire nation seems too important for her to just forget.
That's true.
Does that mean we have motives to kill that we'll remember? So does that mean we have motives to kill that we'll remember by watching our videos? If that's the case, maybe it's for the best we don't watch the videos. As long as we don't see the videos, we won't know our motives.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm convinced. It's probably for the best. Those motive videos would mess us up. Would mess us up. It's better if we just believe in each other.
Yeah.
That's right. It's best that we not remember our motives for everyone's sake.
Oh dear.
Hear you speak of everyone's sake. It's the least believable lie I've heard yet.
That's so mean.
How rude. I'm always doing stuff for everyone's sake.
It's a lie.
I'm sure you won't believe me when I say stuff like that, so I'll just keep lying. But maybe seeing Kirumi's final moments has made me change my views.
Because?
She tried to escape until the very end, running away to live. Might not be a bad idea.
You're right.
Maybe facing the truth is enough.
That's right.
Yeah, true. It's okay to run sometimes. You just gotta win in the end. That's all you gotta do. And with that, this second class trial ended for us. The Pyrrhic victory. We had still lost a friend. What is the end Kaito spoke of? And how do we reach it? I don't know. I still don't know. When we returned to the courtroom, the area was already blanketed in darkness.
For now,
we should rest. To me, that seems like the most rational course of action.
You're right. My brain's out of juice from going full throttle all day.
Why, you?
Like you even have a brain to use.
I won't forgive you!
Anyway, this killing game is over. I won't allow it to go on.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. As long as we listen to Atua, we'll all be just fine. What's wrong? What's wrong, Gonta? Why are you staring up at the sky?
But...
Different. Different? Do you mean the position of the stars?
Why?
Far away.
Hey, so...
Hey, let's all head back already. I'm wiped out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, hold on. I have to tell you guys something.
Huh?
What now? Like I said, I'm wiped out.
Well,
No, it won't take that long. So just listen to what I have to say.
What is it?
Well then, what is it that you have to say? Everyone seemed to be treating me like some kind of compulsive liar.
You get it?
But that's ridiculous. There's a way worse liar than me in our group.
Huh?
A worse liar than you? I'm talking about Maki! Huh?
What?
What do you mean Maki's a liar?
Ah.
Maki admitted it during the class trial, remember? Ryoma wanted her to show him his motive video because he was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
But that wasn't the whole story. Ryoma was blackmailing you, wasn't he, Maki?
Huh?
Blackmail? Ryoma just so happened to discover Maki's true identity. So he used that to blackmail her. I bet he said something like, "If you don't show me my motive video, I'll tell everyone what you really are." That's why Maki didn't want us to know she met with Ryoma.
Which means...
She wanted to keep her true identity a secret. That's why she kept quiet until the last minute.
Hold on!
What shit are you making up now? Maki's true identity? What? I've known Maki's true identity the whole time. For a moment there, I thought Maki had disappeared. She moved so fast.
You know, this is an interesting turn of events. But would you really kill me in front of everyone?
Hey, Maki, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, you can probably snap my neck like a twig right now. But that's not your style. You would rather kill from the shadows, right, Miss Ultimate Assassin?
A thin line divides heaven and hell. Surviving members, 12. To be continued.